see if I can get a few people on here real quick. I'm gonna give it a few moments here. This is an unscheduled live stream on my YouTube channel. I do apologize. Yesterday I was going to go live, but due to unfortunate circumstances, I was not able to. Today's a different story. We do have showers and thunderstorms up and around New Mexico and even into Texas as of right now. I don't think anything is severe, but I will check on that. We do have a cluster of thunderstorms all the way from Guyman in the western Oklahoma panhandle all the way near Amarillo in the Texas panhandle, where we do have those thunderstorms. I don't know if there's any severe weather threat just yet right now. We do have some stronger thunderstorms here in the west central Texas, near Odessa, and we did have some pop up near Pecos area of Texas. And this is currently, I'm going to pause this and kind of draw back a little bit. This is kind of the area that we're watching, and this is also where the marginal risk for severe weather is. Just to the south and east, and even to the southeast of Pecos here in Texas, we do have a large cluster of thunderstorms here that's kind of separated from the main convective blob of thunderstorms here. But I don't know if any of these are severe. I haven't looked. I will look at that here pretty soon. We do also have a marginal risk in this area, and I'm going to take a look and see if we do have any warnings on any of these storms. And we're also going to look at the hurricane tracker. I don't really see anything in the tropics right now. We did have, we are looking at a disturbance coming in here shortly. So I'm going to expand this out. I keep getting these pop-up ads. Sorry about that. And we are going to look and see if we do have any. We do have special weather statements, and I do believe these are for those sub-severe thunderstorms. They're not quite severe limit to severe criteria, but we do have one just near Perryton, Texas, in the Panhandle, and a couple up near Scott City and Garden City in Kansas. So those are a couple areas we do have those special weather statements. We also have this aerial flood advisory, and that is where those storms are currently going on right now, as a matter of fact. We're also going to look at this area here, air quality alert. We haven't seen one of those in a while in Texas. And we also have it across McKinney, Dallas, Waxahachie, Corsicana, just near Mineral Wells and Stephenville here in northeast Texas. We also got that down here in the San Antonio area, Austin, San Marcos, San Antonio, Floresville, Hondo, Caryville. All have these air quality alerts. We also have some in the Houston area as well. And I do think that's in association with those wildfire dangers. We also have some aerial flood alerts here in Hispaniola and just near Albuquerque and Los Lunas, New Mexico. And we're still dealing with those flood watches here across Arizona, parts of Utah and Nevada, as they're still dealing with that flooding threat that's been ongoing for quite some time. And I'm going to go back to the radar here and show you what we're currently still looking at. We don't have really anything locally here in my area. Really the only thing we do have is a couple of showers at best here in parts of South Dakota. We actually have um, a few thunderstorms just to north of Phillip. I don't know if I don't think those are severe. We do have some here just to the west of Spearfish, Belfort, just hugging the South Dakota-Wyoming border here, and we're going to see if these actually progress and migrate as they're moving towards the northeast. I do think we might have a convective line here that could develop, but for right now we do have those showers and thunderstorms that are currently ongoing here in western South Dakota. These storms are going to quickly die out here, possibly in the next hour or so, but then they're going to start to mature back together again once we hit into the late evening hours. And then it's just going to become rain. We're not really looking at a whole lot of rain. We do need the rain because we are still dealing with the drought. And that's currently what we got going on for this area here of the country. And we're actually going to stop this animation here really quick, kind of go back a little bit. We do have some showers and maybe some embedded thunderstorms here just to the south and east of Alliance in western Nebraska. This is across the Panhandle, so I'm not really expecting a whole lot. We did actually have a marginal risk that did cover this area here of South Dakota, but has since been taken off the map as of the noon update. We do still have, for Kansas, we have thunderstorms here near Norton and just to the south of McCook here in Nebraska. So we do have that going on. We do still have those showers and thunderstorms here between Oklahoma and the Texas Panhandle near Hooker, Groover, I think that's how you, in Stinnett, and Borger here in Texas Panhandle. Of those thunderstorms that we do have developing, but actually the greatest threat, that the most pronounced thunderstorm potential we have right now is just to the south of Hereford in Texas, and just to the west of Nazareth, and just near Hart. And these are what have those special weather statements. We could see gusty winds of 40, 50 mile an hour, small hail, pea size, maybe nickel size, nothing too severe. But there is that marginal risk for severe weather in that area. And we're actually going to take a look and see exactly what we got going on with that. I gotta get a new laptop for this, because what I have now, let's see, SPC Outlook. We're just gonna put that over there, and we're going to take a look at the current outlooks right now for today. And I'm actually going to expand this out a little bit better here. Currently right now we don't have any severe watches or any mesoscale discussions. The Storm Prediction Center is monitoring hopefully those thunderstorms that are developing in Texas area, but I don't think they're going to throw out any watches because those storms don't look that too big of a pack of a punch. We do have that marginal risk. It does cover the western half of the Texas Panhandle, Oklahoma Panhandle, very far southwest Kansas, very far southeast Colorado, into eastern New Mexico. Amarillo, Lubbock is all involved in that. That's currently where the thunderstorms are actually ongoing right now, which is why that marginal risk, that 1 out of 5, is on there. Mainly a damaging wind threat, as you can see in this 5% brown shaded area. We don't see anything going any higher than that, and your hail threats are less than 5% in all areas. So it's mainly a damaging wind threat as the storms continue to evolve. We do not have any. I don't think we have a marginal risk for tomorrow. Oh, yes, we do. We're going to look at tomorrow's outlook, and tomorrow's outlook is a marginal risk 1 out of 5. Currently stretching all the way from Norfolk, Nebraska, straight through central Kansas into the Oklahoma and Texas panhandle. Amarillo, Texas, Liberal, and Garden City, Kansas, and just to the east of McCook. Norfolk's involved in that. We'll see if that actually gets upgraded to a slight risk, but we will have to see what happens with that. There's a conditional 5% wind threat, which is, plausible for a marginal threat. We don't have a tornado threat, and we don't have a damaging wind threat. So mainly, or damaging hail threat. So mainly, it's just damaging winds with these risks that we are having today and tomorrow. And we're actually going to take a look and see if we end up having a slight risk, because things can and will change. And it doesn't look like we could see a slight risk. Looks like dew points will be in the 50s to low 60s, and will filter westward toward the surface boundary where plentiful diurnal heating is expected. Storms will be possible along the entire corridor from Nebraska to Texas Panhandle, though there remains some uncertainty on convective coverage given the subsol forcing for ascent. So mainly, they're watching the current high-res guidance suggests the greater storm coverage will remain closer to the surface low across central and eastern Nebraska, where low-level flow is expected to become locally stronger. So basically, anything north of marginal risk may have the best potential for strong to severe storms. Looks like a trailing weak surface low across the Dakotas will be associated with that as well. And we're actually going to take a look at Friday's risk, which is also 2 marginal risk in 2 different areas. So we're talking parts of Wisconsin into Minnesota, and then we're going to jot all the way to the southwest into parts of Kansas, Nebraska, Colorado, Wyoming, and South Dakota. These are typical areas where we have that mid to late season severe weather threats, and everything is just north of the southern plains here. So we're going to take a look and see if they're going to and there could be a brief tornado evolving to the upper Midwest Friday night of a warm front. So we could see a small or a brief tornado, but I'm not sure. That might be for parts of Minnesota and Wisconsin for Friday, because I don't think we may see tornado potential here, but it looked like mainly they could place it right here tomorrow for the day 2 outlook. So anything, westerly flow aloft resulting in 30 to 40 knot of effective bulk shear across the region. So any storms that do develop Friday could have the potential to become severe. There may be enough spin in the atmosphere where a brief tornado is possible. I'm not sure. I'm thinking it may be Minnesota, Wisconsin, where that tornado threat is localized, and that's where we could see the highest potential for severe weather given the marginal risk. But I don't think they're going to go any higher than a marginal here, because it's we don't really have that heat. We don't really have that summer heat that we usually do during the peak to mid-season of summer. And I mean, unless things change, which I'm sure they will. So, and we also gotta watch out for earlier convection that could develop too, because a lot of times we get these systems that you get the overnight convection, the morning convection, and sometimes it just lags and sticks in that same area, and then poof, your threat for the next couple hours is gone. So you got to get that convective initiation in the morning out of the way, and then it leaves all that moisture instability for the next round, or you leave an outflow boundary and you get storms. So that's kind of what we are looking at, and I want to look at National Hazard Map, even though I've already seen it. We still do have those air quality alerts across Montana and Idaho, parts of Oregon and Seattle, Washington. Still got that flood threat across Nevada, parts of Arizona, and even into Utah and Colorado. Those air quality alerts here in Texas and those flood warnings here in southwest Texas, where those storms are currently located. And we're going to go back to radar here and see what if we have any storms that are, let's see here, let's go down here to Texas. We still do have those thunderstorms. Nothing severe, just special weather statements. But we do have some pretty strong storms that I'm surprised could go severe just to the north and northeast of Earth, Texas, just near Hart. And we got 3 separate areas here for that. And that is, let's see what we got, just to the north and west of Morton in Texas. So we got a big nasty cluster of storms here. And then we also got 2 secondary areas here. This actually may end up being the strongest storm cell out of the whole bunch. And that will be coming into Sunnyside, Texas here momentarily, off of 385. I'm going to zoom in really close and see. It's just nearing the county road of 629 right now. But this is one of the more dominating heavy thunderstorms that I can see on radar right now. We do have this one near Clay's Corner that is maturing. And that looks like it's going to be heading just northeast, and we're going to take a look and see where it's just going to pass just to the west of Dimmitt. So if you're in the Dimmitt area at that time, in the next few hours, you want to watch for that storm as it continues to progress to the northeast. And it's just going to clip the western side of town at about 7 p.m. So you want to be alert for that storm. And then we're just going to get a long convective line here. Muleshoe is going to have a thunderstorm right here as well. And it's kind of broken. It's kind of separated from the line just a little bit, but not by much. But we do have those storms that are going to be right now in the Dimmitt area. And let's see if we... because that seems to be the most concentrated area of force strong storms. They're still not considered severe, but they could produce damaging winds, as the Storm Prediction Center has that wind threat of 5%. So that's what they're monitoring. So anyway, that's all I got for you guys. I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to track a little bit of the weather and see if anything does go severe. If anything does go severe, I will be back live, possibly on my YouTube, maybe on Twitter as well. I'll be live again tomorrow, as we got several days of marginal risk. I'm off Friday, so I will be live on my YouTube channel in the afternoon. So if you're in this area of the Texas Panhandle, please watch the weather. There's a marginal risk, but there's no watches or mesoscale discussions or special weather statements. So with that being said, thank you very much. I'll be live again tomorrow, maybe possibly later on today or tonight, depending on if storms warrant those severe warnings. It could be a possibility, and we will watch that. So stay tuned tomorrow. I'll be getting live tomorrow, most likely Friday. Saturday and Sunday, I will not be live because I will be away from home. So with that being said, stay tuned, and hope you all have a great evening.